first went to Kenya in February of '03. I got there via Egypt. The people are so much happier than we are. I think I keep going back because I want to learn how to be happy like them. I kept coming back because of the people.
Welcome to Beyond90seconds.com. I'm your host, Mark Horner, in Tucson, Arizona. At Beyond90seconds.com, the aim is to go deeper into a story, deeper than you might typically see and hear in a story on your local TV newscast. And in this particular program, we're going deeper, and we are going to go international. That's because the focus of this particular program today is the continuing political unrest and violence that's unfolding in Kenya. Now, I know some people may say, I don't need to know about that, that's a world away. But this is an important story on many levels. Some observers say that what is happening in Kenya right now has everything to do with a future political stability or instability for all of Eastern Africa. However, we are going to take a look at this story through the eyes of an Arizona woman, a woman who's been to Kenya numerous times in recent years. I've been through her hundreds of photographs, her hours of home video, and have put together a story that I hope will reveal part of that of which is the pulse of Kenya. So let's get on with it. Part 1 now of our Beyond 90 Seconds special presentation, Crisis in Kenya. His name is Faustin Omondi, a Kenyan and a member of the Luo tribe. Many of his friends simply call him Jack. Nearly 10,000 miles away, one of those friends worries for Omondi's life.
I don't know if he's alive.
Louise Furman of Safford, Arizona, first traveled to Kenya in 2003. She says she's been back to the East African country 5 times, including a trip just last summer. Her main contact in Kenya is Omondi.
I'm in fear that something has happened to him.
Despite living on Social Security and what she calls very small investments, Furman often sends money to Omondi, usually earmarked for helping orphans, single mothers, and small shop owners. And yes, in case you're already asking it yourself, she's heard the skeptical questions before. Let me ask you, it is the question others have surely asked you, and that is, how do you know your money is going where you believe it's going?
Yeah. It's because I go back often enough and I see it.
Seen the money at work, she says, at an orphanage and a nursery that bears her nickname. Her contribution to the Louisa orphanage, 5,000 shillings, or about $60.
They says, Louise, no matter how long it goes, it will always be your name because you gave us the first 5,000 shillings.
I spoke with Furman beside a cotton field, just beyond her mobile home, Mount Graham in the distance. It was January 8th, 2008, and a dozen days had passed since an election turned violent in Kenya.
I cannot blame them for laying down their lives to demand a just result of the election, something that they have been waiting for years.
Kenya's president, Mwai Kibaki of the Kikuyu tribe, won his bid for re-election. But critics say that election was rigged, a fraud. Those critics include those who supported Kibaki's rival, Raila Odinga, leader of the ODM party, or Orange Democratic Movement. Odinga is from the Luo tribe.
This election was their chance to be heard as a people. When they lost that chance, they just burned everything. And I'm getting a chill right now saying this because, you know what? I can't blame them. I simply can't blame what they did because they need hope and they thought they had their hope in this man.
But what is it about an East African country that seems to have tapped into the very heart of this American woman? For that answer, I searched through the hundreds of pictures Furman had taken while visiting Kenya and watched the hours of home video that had been shot over the past 5 years.
We're bargaining for a ride here.
They bargain for just about everything in Kenya, including the price of a boat ride. A task no doubt made more challenging for Furman's friends because she is Mzungu, meaning white. But many of the children in Furman's party are orphans, and it seems that has helped convince the boatman to keep his price down. In Kenya, the afternoon commute can be a time to join others in song. You'll understand why the children seem a bit timid at times. Many have never seen a Mzungu before, let alone one pointing something called a video camera at them. But things warm up after time spent together in the confines of a boat. The singing continued all the way into port. In our next report, Furman receives word from Omandi, the friend she calls Jack. This email begins, "People are butchering one another like hens." That and much more in part 2 of our Beyond90seconds.com special, Crisis in Kenya. And if you'd like to contact Louise Furman, you can do so by email at intoafrica03@yahoo.com.